Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Keesportss podcast, the first ever podcast here in Milwaukee today. We're going to have joining us Landon Hoppe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How's your day, Landon?
It's been chill, good breakfast, good sleep, just another day.
Just another day. All right. How do you feel being the first guest on Keesportss?
Man, it's an honor, you guys to choose me to, do this with y'all. I think this got great potential, and I'm very excited. I appreciate you guys giving me this opportunity.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Well, how do you get into basketball? Was it a person you saw playing, or what brought you into basketball?
I would say ideally getting into basketball, when you first get in, I feel like it always starts off like the YMCA. You got boys, girls joining, everything like that. I was never really into sports. My dad never did basketball. He only played football. So football and baseball, he got me into those immediately. But it was definitely just an opportunity type of thing. But it grew on me, getting into the future. I had a passion for it, and it just developed from there. I didn't start AE2 till I was like fifth grade maybe. But yeah, no, it definitely grew on me very well.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, that's great. Um, is there a player you role model of, or like you take tips from?
I'll say as of now, I really like Luka Doncic's game. Like the way that his pace it's absolutely insane. Like how slow paced he is, and how he still
Crazy.
like asserts dominance and control.
Top three.
He's definitely top three.
I mess with that.
I'll say if you guys had to take your role model, I know you being a tall athlete,
Yeah.
like who do you usually look at when you're trying to think like compare your game to?
For my game too, bro. Honestly, I'd say like Hakeem Olajuwon, cause like how agile he is, you know what I mean? Long, not buff, but like skinny. I'm on the skinny side of the bigs, kind of a little bit undersized. I say I want to like model him like majority of the time.
Mm-hmm.
What
What about you, Kane?
Shoot, I take mine from like young players, really like Amen Thompson,
Mm-hmm.
um, just like with Jalen Suggs.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like the energy type players.
I like
Yeah.
that.
I feel like that's a really I don't know, unique play style.
It is.
So
Especially like a man. straight.
yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Is crazy.
So, Kane, do
Good.
you focus mainly on like the defensive part of your game, or do you usually like how do you like sort that out? Is there specific players you watch for defense and specific players you watch for offense, or do you like to combine a little bit?
So I think I like to look at like different like defenses because honestly like playing with like against you and like with like Jay and stuff, like offense will come at any time.
Mm-hmm.
It's more only like can I keep someone in front of me?
Exactly.
But so yeah, I think I take defense tips more than offense.
I say Tut with you, it's kind of different because like you have to be more like the interior type of guy. You're not
Yeah.
primarily on the perimeter.
Yeah.
So like, what do you usually look at? Especially if somebody gets in like the post, the high post, something like that. What do you primarily look at going into that?
I would say usually when I play like defense, especially like inside interior, I'll like look at their feet more than like their hands, cause that's like kind of first thing they do. You know what I mean? Like majority of the time for most basketball players, and that's how I get like majority of my blocks. Just like looking at somebody's feet, that way I'm gonna like jump before them.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you handle pressure during close games?
Honestly, I think it's a confidence thing because if you can't handle pressure, then I'm gonna be honest. If you can't handle pressure, you shouldn't be in the game. Coaches primarily look at can you execute when there's high intensity, when the crowds are getting loud, when there's a high stake. But I usually don't worry about pressure too much. But when it gets to that moment, the best you can do, I feel like, is breathe. Trust in God.
Yeah.
Put your
I like
full
that.
just know that He's protecting you. If
For
you know,
sure.
if things don't go your way, I mean, the best you can do is learn from it and move on to the next one.
Yeah, I like that. Can you give us like an example of time like you felt like a insane amount of pressure in game?
I would say Now last year I didn't I didn't play last year because I tore my shoulder completely and I was out for 6 months.
That's tragic.
So I missed my entire junior season. I had a good opportunity to play, but this is my very first year of high school basketball. Sophomore, I just played for the sophomore team. So I mean it's I haven't been fully adjusted to it. But if I had to give a clean example, the best I could give you is AAU. I feel like AAU don't have as much pressure just because if you lose, then you just move on to the next game.
Yeah.
Nothing really going towards you. But I would say ideally when it gets to the situations, you got a certain amount of time left. Coach is trying to figure out, you got like a tie ball game down by one, something like that. And you got to figure out who gets the ball next. I feel like the first thing you got to do is assert dominance and say, you want the ball, you want to take control of the game. If you're able to put confidence out there and show it, then I don't think you're very guardable then.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Going back to what you said about, like close games, if you lose that, how do you bounce back from like a tough loss like that?
I would say the first thing is just to reset your mind completely. You can dwell on it, you can, be angry about it, but that's got to be like a temporary thing. It's all mind games because if you're not able to, get rid of that, not get rid of that thought or anything like that, it's going to be stuck on you for a long time. Going to the next game. So I would say, after that day, go to bed, clear everything, and start fresh. Look at what you did wrong during the game. Look at what you could have done better. What did you do good too? And just move on to the next play.
I like that.
So being at DCG with Des Moines Christian and Ames joining you guys in that conference, what do you think the conference standings are going to be now? Like, are you guys still going to be still like the big dogs of that league, or?
I definitely got confidence in our team. We're looking really good this year. Been able to play this summer. We got that DMAC league started up this weekend and everything. But we played Ames last year. They were a really dominant team. I think they only had like 3 losses, made the state tournament, but we were one of their only losses. And I feel like with them joining the league, them and DMC, it's a really good opportunity for us to look good, for us to get better. But no, I definitely got confidence in our team. I think that there's gonna be some new faces. A lot of top dogs that were in the conference last year. They're gone and stuff like that. But I'm just looking forward to seeing new opportunity, new players, and just going from there. Yeah. I say with the CIML, you guys got the top of the dogs in Iowa. So I mean, I say how are you guys able to adjust to like the new players coming in, or like ideally any background checks?
I think like the people that like transfer up, like I don't know if you know him, Thomas Childs.
I know what that is.
Yeah, he was playing at Grandview Christian, and now he's playing at Southeast Polk. So like, kind of just adjusting like new players. Like they play way more, I guess, slower and way more confident than
for sure.
big 5A schools. So that's definitely going to be something that we have to look after of. But yeah, other than that, being at Waukee, we're kind of in battle with Northwest. So
I would say Northwest, you guys, I feel like that's ideally the best rivalry. In my opinion, it's a tough debate, but I would say having the best rivalry in the sports of Iowa. You guys got 2 guys, 4 stars committed to D1 programs.
Yeah, it's
It's
hard playing against them.
How do you think, going into that, what's the mindset, how are you going to be looking during film, stuff like that? Just give me like a little glimpse of that.
I think going into the film room playing against them would probably be like, probably just don't get beat by the person in front of you. Play tough, because last year we did beat them when we were, I guess, like the underdogs of it. But
yeah, we were for sure.
The second time we played them, they beat us. It was bad. Like, yeah. So
I say, Tut, you're ideally going to be guarding one of those guys. I mean, what do you got to say about like, going into that with like film and stuff like that? Like, what's your mindset going into those type of games?
I kind of would have to, react over them, like kind of react more faster, because Obviously, they're bigger than me. Almost every type of aspect, they can shoot. They're better than me, honestly. But like I have to honestly just kind of think faster than them. I mean, I can really, guard them.
No, I get that. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
So in the future, are you planning to play like anywhere?
Yeah, ideally, past I've really had to rely on summer because I mean I didn't have the opportunity last year from schools to look at me for my basketball season, but AAU is a big recruiting thing. I was able to get some NAIA looks, some small D3 looks, but ideally I'm just gonna have to rely a lot on my season this year, but I do plan on playing, basketball at the next level. I feel like it's every Hooper's dream unless they don't take it serious. But
Yeah.
with you guys, I mean, do you guys want to take it to the next level?
Of course.
Well, for sure. I also have some JUCO and
Mm-hmm.
some schools looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say it right now,
Okay, I keep on the D low.
yeah, on the low, but definitely I said like any school that really gives me a shot, I'm taking.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like going into that, I mean, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it too, is like when it comes to picking a school, you're picking your future. Ideally, how do you separate the choices out to find your ideal school or like from your options? What sets out different stuff?
I think like for me at least the coaches, like I need the coaches that would like understand me, um, kind of give me like I don't know,
An opportunity.
yeah,
Yeah, I
opportunity
get
to
what you
like
mean.
stand out. So yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I would say same with Kane because I feel like if I don't have a coach like that, I want to be able to play as good as I can play. They will trust me, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a really good coaching system. I'd say like good players too, you know what I mean? Good gym. It's like a really good system overall to like help me get better.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're not around, in my opinion, if you're not around like a good system, then I mean, ideally, why would you go there?
Yeah, there's
I mean,
no point.
but a lot of that also goes with like different tuitions, how much money they're putting into all of this.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say a hypothetical question. You got all these top looks, you maybe some D2 possible like top dogs in there.
Yeah.
But you got like one of those smaller schools, maybe like a D3, maybe a small D2, something like that,
Yeah.
and they're offering, a full ride.
Yeah.
Now, what are you gonna do in that situation? I feel like that's always been a tough one. I got buddies who are in that situation right now, and they're just as confused. I mean, it's a really tough decision to make, knowing how much money you got to put into college and everything.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, I would go with D3 option, honestly. For like a year or two, you know what I mean? Improve myself and potentially go D1. That's what I would do personally because I feel like that'd be like the smart option to do. Especially like the money situation they were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you said the one that's giving you like a full ride?
Yeah, D3.
Yeah,
You go.
I would definitely go D3
Yeah.
because or actually I would go JUCO
I would love to go. That'd be
because
nice.
I think there's a rule where if you
Oh
go
yeah.
JUCO,
Mm-hmm.
you can transfer out and still be a freshman.
Yeah,
you
like,
still get your eligibility
yeah,
back.
4 years, still get 4 years.
Yeah, so
It's nice.
Now,
being developed for 2 years in college, yeah.
No, I like your guys' game plan with that. Just with, you know, developing. I think that's more ideal than anything, especially like putting yourself first. I get that having the opportunities like to go to the next level is like a huge sacrifice to make, especially if it's like one of those top dogs. But if you're able to develop into the spot, I feel like ideally you're doing really well putting yourself first in that situation.
Yeah, I agree. Um, how do you describe your role on the team?
Um, I'd say taking the leadership on the team is definitely going to be big for me.
Yeah.
We lost, you know, some some really good seniors last year. Kyle, he ended up going D3. I think he went to Central. Tate Perrin, he was regardless known as our team captain. I mean, he was a varsity starter for 3 years. He went to somewhere for baseball, but Yeah, I mean, we lost quite a bit with those two major players. Mateo also,
Yeah.
he ideally took the leadership role coming from Northwest being his first year at DCG, and he did that really well. He communicated vividly. He was a really good leader, and I think that's what I got to take as this year, knowing that there's minimal seniors on the team. Me and Hudson, we both discussed that before about being like huge leaders on the team. Taking things first, really developing. I want to say developing, but I mean, if I had to use that context of just like getting different people involved, especially when we have so much potential with like the junior class and the sophomore class, just really putting them into the game, giving them the opportunities that can showcase what their role is on the team.
I like that. I honestly like that.
All right,
I-
so
Go ahead.
hold on. I got a couple questions for my guy Landon. So I got a couple pictures, right?
All right.
They won't see it, but I want you to explain this fit in the haircut.
Dude, it's so bad. Okay, so if I know nobody can see it, but I'll give you a description. So this was AU this past year. The hair, definitely not my best choice. But it was a buzz cut. I think this was right before spring break, but honestly, I've always been tired of my hair. Like I've had like the same hair for probably like
Years.
yeah, probably like 2 or 3 years. It was like an afro at one point. I mean, it got bad. So I just said, you know what? I like the short look. I want to try it. I'm gonna be honest, that was the worst choice I've ever possibly made. It was really short. I mean, I had some hair, but it grew back really fast.
It did grow back.
Ideally, the fit. Now the shoes is a good story because okay, so in this circuit, you can't wear any other brand. You can only wear Puma. And so anything that you had, this is my very first tournament. They asked me, we're gonna be playing in Omaha. We want you to play. Ideally, you just have to get some gear and you'll be chilling. We have the jersey for you. Just show up. And I'm like, all right, bet. So I had to go to Dick's the day before, get new shoes. Puma. At Dick's, they literally had nothing. I mean, the best they had were these Mellows, and I was like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna have to rock these. I got nothing better to do. I show up and I realize I have no undershirt. I have no undershirts that are like normal brand. I had to wear this one. I had to get off Dick's too. I had to find that shirt too, and they get expensive. But and then the Nike socks. You could tell they're Nike socks. But I had to roll those up too. They didn't really question me about that, but they definitely said that there was like strict rules with everything. The calf sleeve. Now I wore the calf sleeve because I was battling calf strains at the time, and it got really bad. Like my body was completely dead. I tried wearing it a couple times without it, but no, it got really bad at one point. My body just wasn't adjusted at all, and I started developing really bad calf strains. But
is it good now?
It's 100% now.
Okay.
I'm all good.
Nice.
I'll say, with your guys' look, do you guys usually care about your look on the court, or do you guys usually just keep it generic?
I say I keep it generic.
I say I keep it generic too. But like my first ever Adidas tournament, I had the same situation as you. I had no shoes the day before. I had to go to Dick's. There's no Under Armours. Like there's nothing there that I needed. So nothing, bro. So I had to go. I had to ask my cousin to get some shoes, and he got me some. No. I had to borrow broken up shoes. It was just it was poverty, bro. It was bad.
Yeah, I also played in the Puma tournament, or Puma circuit, but I got myself organized because my brother was the coach, so got that taken care of. Now we only have the top part, but I'm wondering why you didn't dunk this.
I'm gonna be honest. I do not. I think the difference from in game and practicing is so much different. I don't know why, but I'm so locked. During the game, I think I'm so locked in that I just can't. I just don't feel like putting it up. I don't know why, but I think this one I had an opportunity to because I came down the middle. I could have went up with the right.
Yeah.
But no, it's ideally too. It's scary because I think if you miss, you're out of the game. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
for sure.
You miss it, you're definitely getting out immediately. But Hey, at least the hair's back. It looks a lot better.
With the left too, and you got a different number.
Oh yeah, I just switched up the number. So when I first got there, they gave me, I think the option was 77 or 99, and I was like, those are the worst possible numbers you could get. So I just ended up, I took that 77, but then ideally throughout the season, I was able to, find a smaller jersey, and they gave me number 4. But I don't know, going into the next, like this season, I'm wearing 30. So I mean, ideally I haven't found like my ideal number. 14 I used to get quite a bit for like freshman and sophomore basketball.
Yeah.
20 was always my number because of my cousin. But I mean, do you guys got a specific number? Do you guys know your numbers already this year?
I know my number,
No clue.
but I just know my number is always either 21 or 22.
Mm-hmm.
Or
is there significance to that?
there's actually no, because like every time I would try to pick like number 1 or something, I would just always get number 21. Like even in eighth grade, like I was playing with Beyond Ball. I was like, oh, can I get number 1, 5, or 9? They gave me 21. I was like, okay.
So ideally, if something, the number was just given to you, so you were able to take that as a brand then.
Yeah, so I always just been 21, but then last year they didn't have a 21, so they gave me 22. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
What about you, Tut?
I would say it's either 34 or 4, and I'll say like 4 because that's my birth month, and like I always loved like number 4, like since I was like little, always my favorite number always. And like with 34, it's like NBA bigs. That's the NBA
Oh,
big.
yeah,
That's
for
the
sure,
NBA big number. You know what I mean? So
I'm
like,
going with that. You're talking about Akeem too. I mean,
Yeah.
he's 34 too.
he's 34. Like a lot of good bigs are like 34.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why I picked.
You got
34
him, Giannis,
Shaq.
Shaq.
Ooh.
You can't lie. It's nice.
All right, so a quick little back to the questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after a tough loss, how do you bounce back the next? Because we play every Tuesday, Friday. Like,
Yeah, I would say, and I think I talked about it earlier quite a bit. It was mostly just like the mindset you put into it, but with those Tuesday, Thursday games, or yeah, I think it's Tuesday, Thursday. But I mean, ideally, you only you practice minimum, and you move on to the next game immediately. You only have 1 or 2 days to prep.
Yeah.
And then there's gonna be at one point where like even during our season we play a Tuesday, a Thursday and a Friday, and I mean you have minimal time to prep. The best you and I mean we go to the film room as much as we can. We really tried to, especially with our scout team this past year.
Yeah.
But I saw people take it. We take it very serious about prepping, and I think the best that we can do as a team is prep really well. Take things serious. Take the film room especially very serious. Scout your individual matchup. But especially like what Kane said, after a loss or like coming off of a loss, I would say ideally you just got to forget about it. Move on to the next one. Try to do your own film, your own research, because I mean ideally it's not going to be provided for you. If you're able to take advantage of it, then you'll become a whole nother player.
Of course.
for sure. So, do you have any like special moments like the teams or like some stories that like nobody else like heard of?
Never heard of it.
Because I guess I got some stories from walking.
Let me think. So about our team, I mean, the best I could give you was like this. I would give you like last year. The best I could give was like the relationship we had as a team was like really close. We were like family. Kyle was doing his thing. He dropped 46, 43 at one point. I mean, he was going off. But the one issue we always had was as a specific player, and I'm gonna shout out Mateo. Mateo, if you're listening to this, shout out to you. But one of the things that he started to do when he first came in was he was completely baby faced, and he grew like a beard and it was like a goatee. he grew a goatee coming into the season, and that's what like people knew him for. And I think this was like during middle of the winter. We come off a break or something like that, and then he shows up to practice and he's completely baby faced again. and ideally Rankin as a head coach, he's a super chill guy, but I mean he's a really fun guy too, and he was completely flabbergasted. I mean it was so weird seeing Mateo like that. But a lot of the stuff behind the scenes, we like to keep it chill. We like to keep as a family. We all like to joke around a lot too. But if I had to give like one special moment, it would definitely be that.
Goatee.
Goatee. Shout out Mateo.
I know a funny moment that happened with Waukee. So I think we were coming back from a loss from Linmar. Like,
oh my gosh.
It was bad. And we're on the bus, right? And like all of our seniors, like they were so funny. Like Ian, Brady Buckets, like those, like they were all super funny. And we're like, we got Papa John's or something. And Ian takes Brady's shoe the whole ride. And like they were just like Brady was like up walking around the bus. The girls team is in the front sleeping. Like he's like, man, where's my shoe? And then Ian's like, right, Kaz has it. Kaz's like, he's pissed. Like, he's mad. And it's just like, you have Brady just like stomping around, waking everybody up. And like,
I can imagine that, especially with the girls team. I mean, I wouldn't want to ride the bus after that.
Yeah. And then like with that, like, Ian starts like throwing like the empty pizza boxes at Brady. Like, he starts hitting him with it, and then he grabs because Ian had the shoe the whole time. Then he starts hitting Brady with his own shoe. Like, what are you doing? But that was.
Let's say, Ted, do you got any good stories or anything from like any like even in-game moments? Were there any in-game moments where like you guys couldn't stop talking about?
Couldn't stop talking about. I'm trying to think.
I say it's a very
It's very vague. I say, I'm going back to like 8th grade. I remember I was watching an F-team game. It was my friend at the free throw line. Oh my gosh. I was cheering him on, as a supportive friend.
For sure.
And he shoots a free throw. It's over the backboard.
Oh.
Mind you, he got fouled on 3, so he had 2 more left, So I was like, you chilling. He got 2 more left. Second one hits the right side of the backboard. Then the third one, he just airballs it completely. I think that was just the worst one. Like, I think I have a video recording of it. It's bad. It's bad. Honestly, the funniest one I've ever seen in game.
Didn't hit no rim.
No rim, not once. Not once. It was just really bad.
That's so funny.
If I had to give another like team memory type of thing, I would say the bus rides were always the best. I mean, our girls team, we would be able to play music and everything like that, and our girls team did really good that year too. So like 90% of the time we were able to do like music. Everyone gets all hyped up and stuff. But one of the funniest things that I could like bring up from that was like it happened every time or like every game where they would come from. So everyone would be on the bus. Girls are the first person on the bus because they just watched our game.
Yeah.
We'd be coming on the bus. They're all cheering for every single person that comes in. And we make this joke till this day. Like we'd still text her, or we'd like tell Kyle about it too. But Kyle would be dropping his clean 20 or 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing, and we would do this, especially like during practice too. He got tired of us, but it was anytime they came on the bus. And it happened with Ryan Williams too, where the girls would see him come in and they'd be like, Kyle. And we started playing that joke for so long, but the team buses were so fun. I mean, everyone had such good mindsets. Everyone had so much fun, and we just loved trolling Kyle. We loved trolling Kyle because Kyle was such a chill and relaxed guy. We just had to troll him.
Jeez.
How do you balance basketball with school and our responsibilities?
Academics first. I think if you don't take academics first, then you're pretty much screwed.
I agree with that. Yeah, I feel like academics, you gotta do that first because that's like a very important part, especially with like college stuff too. I think it's like really
colleges
important.
look at that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. What
Yeah.
about you, Kane?
Balancing school and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's honestly like this year has been. I mean, we haven't started the season, but
Yeah.
I feel like with all my classes this year, it's super easy. But like
Yeah.
last year, I had some hard classes during the season. It was hard, but like I still got through it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, another character development, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right. For the last question that we have, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's such a
5 years.
such a tough question.
I know it is. It is.
Oh my God.
No, we got a whole crowd.
We got a whole
A whole
crowd.
crowd
We got a
watching
whole
all of us,
crowd.
huh?
5 years.
Yeah.
That's so tough to say. I mean, ideally, being in college basketball,
Uh-huh.
I would say I want to see myself, somewhere high major for college. I want to be
Yeah.
able to work myself up. Ideally, I feel like it's everyone's dream to, be at the next level, with the NBA, oversee something like that. So, I mean, that's my mindset is just being on, that side of the ball, being at where the top dogs are. So I would say ideally, top basketball, maybe professional, but if that doesn't work out, I'm a big photography type of person. I like to take pictures a lot, especially for our football team. Commentary would be nice.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. Look at the whole crowd back behind us,
The
huh?
whole crowd. Yeah, I'm telling you. But where do you see yourself in 5 years?
See myself in
So
5
tough.
years, bro. Junior right now, bro. It's like I basically be what, third, fourth year in college, ain't year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say going back to what you said, definitely high major. If not, if that doesn't work out, honestly, bro, I'm being a firefighter, bro. That might sound so
firefighter?
That might sound so random. That might sound so random. Bro.
Wow.
What?
That might sound so random,
I
bro.
would never
I
see
did
that.
not see that coming.
But yeah,
What?
I would say that because honestly, they pay so good, and plus it's like they work like 3 to 4 days a week, and they don't do that. They don't do that much. They honestly don't. Like it's
Wow.
I said my second year, me firefighter, I probably get paid like 6 figures already.
What?
So yeah, like that's like a second option I always go for, which is why I'm probably gonna be studying fire science when I get to college, just in case. What
For
about
sure.
you, Kane?
League.
League.
Going to the league.
I like
5
that.
years. Because I'll be maybe 4th year in college.
4th year, yeah.
I think that's when I'll try to declare for the draft.
That's good.
Like 4 years.
That's
Because
good.
I'll get 2 years, probably JUCO, transfer out, and then hopefully have a big year at like some big D1 school. But you never know what could happen. I could still be doing podcasts.
Of course.
Never know.
I'd say outside of basketball though, Kane, like what do you got a passion for? Like what do you want to do in the future if basketball doesn't work out?
I do like doing like I guess I like playing music. I don't know. I'm like making music. Kind of like this. This is why I started the podcast. I love talking to people. So probably something like with sports reporting or BT.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
And going with like the whole podcast thing, if you're able to, go to the league and everything like that. I mean, you seen like Paul George. Paul George has his own podcast. You see all these athletes have their own podcast. I mean, would you want to join that run? Would you? I mean, I feel like there's no reason
for
not
sure.
to.
That'd be so fun, bro.
Yeah. Like, just imagine like in like 5-6 years, like I'm doing a podcast with Paul George,
Curry, LeBron.
Yeah.
All these guys, bro.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
When they were like Katie, Curry, and LeBron.
Yeah, that was actually a top tier podcast, bro.
Yeah,
honestly,
that was crazy.
No, but going with that, I mean, Ty, you being that's the most absurd thing I've ever heard. I did not expect that.
Firefighter.
I mean, hey, I'm saving lives. I'm getting bread, bro. I don't. I be at to work, bro. That's perfect for me.
Ty, do you see your struggle with like being tall and being a firefighter? I mean, like, I want to give you a hypothetical situation.
Okay. I got one cooked up, right?
All right.
So there's a fire in an apartment, right?
Yeah.
you have to go in there. There's two kids. One's like a 7-year-old and the other's
Yeah.
like in like 5th grade.
Yeah.
How are you getting in there and getting them out safe?
Knowing your height. I mean,
Like-
ideally, you might have to like get out of a window or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll probably be like 6'10" by then.
Yeah, you would be taller than you are now, and you're already like 6'8".
With that situation, bro. Yeah, I ain't like that. I'm very flexible. Y'all don't know this.
He is.
No, like I can my phone with my head, like very
Wow.
like that type flexible. So I say I can get the nephew out the window for sure. Like I'd be chilling,
Yeah.
especially with how like flexible I am.
So would you like they're on the first level? So
Yeah.
Out the window, who's
Uh-huh.
going first?
Who's going first?
Because you got a 5-year-old and a 5th grader.
That's a hard question. I wouldn't really pick in that situation. Like I wouldn't really think about their age. I just grab where I see first, get them out quick.
I like that instinct.
Just like that, bro.
Yeah,
Just grab them first, get them out, get the other one out. Hopefully they both survive, you know. No, everybody goes home safe, bro.
Me personally, I'm throwing the 5th grade out first, so he or she can hold the 5-year-old. I'll get out.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Because if you just throw,
you can't hold both of them.
are you gonna fit through the window?
Tell you might have to sacrifice yourself, bro.
no. You might need to.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's hard. That'd be cooked.
I say, Ty, are you rocking the mustache look that
Are-
all the firefighters rock?
Yeah.
I mean, they got the full tats. They got they got the mustaches.
Just a little ring.
I'm about to join the trend, bro. I might have to,
Yes.
bro.
No,
You with the
if you-
mustache, bro.
If you actually joined it,
I can't even imagine it, bro. I got no beard hair right now. I got no mustache, no nothing right now.
nothing.
So I can't imagine it. But yeah, I think I'll join the trend. Yeah.
Going back to sports. I mean, ideally, if you had to talk about, like, I want to bring up the mindset of basketball, or like, going into game, prepping for a game, and how much like mental health matters
Yeah.
in sports.
Yeah.
I just want to hear your guys' perspective on that as like, as being the guest on the show. Just like what's your aspect, or like how do you handle your mental health when it comes to the game, especially during in season. I mean, you got 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months of hard work. There's times where your body's tired, your mind's tired. I mean, with the mental health aspect, what's your perspective on it?
Honestly, for mental health, I honestly say it be me like going to church really consistently. Having my faith in God. Like just staying very active with God, reading the Bible every single day, which I've been doing recently for like the past like couple months, which I'm proud of myself for that. Just praying, just like hoping everything works out, basically, like by the power of God. That's what I would say. Go ahead, okay.
Yeah, I would say like the same thing. Going to church.
Yeah.
Kind of just like when it gets tough in those like moments, kind of always talking to my mom about it. So
Your mom's
I think
your best friend.
Yeah, my mom helps me out a lot. So shout out, mom.
Nice.
Shout out, mom.
Shout out, mom.
Shout out,
What about
Mom.
you, Landon?
Now I really liked what you guys said. Especially with like reading the Bible, praying. I think prayer is definitely the strongest aspect that you could have.
Yeah.
Going into anything. The power of prayer is so underrated because
It's insane.
people don't do it enough. People rely on themselves. When they're in their head, they just rely on themselves to do it. I'm telling you, the power of prayer is the go-to way to settle your mind, reset your mind, get yourself with God. The Bible and the words of wisdom that's able to bring is just another support. It's just another great support. Especially when you're confused at times, if that's about life, it's about friendships, relationships.
Yeah.
Trusting in the Word of God, His wisdom, His words, they're extremely powerful. And that's the one thing I feel like I've done really well in the past year.
I like that.
I feel like I struggled a lot with mental health, that one aspect, and that's generally why I was asking the questions, because there's times where I struggled with mental health. This past year with like injury, I mean, I was so stuck with myself that like it was like I felt like I couldn't make myself better. I had this fear of like that I wouldn't get better, that I would fully lose my talent, and like when I'm able to do on the court,
Yeah.
that I lost faith in God for a little bit, but I mean I was able to regain that going back into the Bible. The power of His words is so good, and ideally I think that's what grew me in my relationship was also prayer, just the power of it. You set all your all your feelings to Him, and he'll help you.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like especially like with like you marrying your lowest, that's like when he comes like to really help you out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like when really like just comes like just everything works in. I say like going back to prayer, yeah, it definitely is like you gotta pray every single day. That's like 100%.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
I think I pray like 6 times a day at bare minimum.
I like
Like
that.
food, wake up, like leave anything like I know like because nothing's guaranteed. You know what I mean? So like almost everything we have like into like especially in America is like such a blessing, which is why prayer is so important. To, like thank God for like all this type of stuff.
No, I like that because I feel like a lot of people, go to God because they're at their lowest.
Yeah, you gotta go.
And ideally, I mean, like what you just said, Ted. Like ideally, the main thing that you could do for God is thank Him for what He's providing you with.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now bringing this into sports again, how do you bring God into your sport, or like how are you able to promote Him through your sport?
Go ahead.
All right. I think how I do it is prep for before games, and then either on my shoe or my wrist. I think I have a cross on it, so it just gives me a reminder, like it's all part of the plan. God has a plan for me, so just gonna keep following that, and yeah.
I'll say same with Kane, like especially with like how I represent myself on the court. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I can't claim to call myself a Christian and just like do a lot of bad stuff on the court or outside the court. You know what I mean? I gotta like really like represent Him. You know what I mean? To like really show my faith
100%,
out.
100%.
What about you, Landon?
Ideally, I can't really show it on the court due to the fact, like, we can't wear any accessories. So if I could, I would wear wrist tape, and I would dedicate that right away.
Yeah.
But ideally, I like to, show my love for God. I like to, get some of my buddies to do prayer with me.
That's nice.
I like to do, especially going to the building, I like to do Bible reading beforehand.
I like that.
I like to do a deep conversation with God about my prayers, just asking for protection from injury, just asking for, I mean, you could always pray over a good game, nothing's wrong with that, but ideally you just got to pray that, I mean, I feel like protection is just the number one thing. You got to pray from injury, prayer for, good news, for good things to happen. Even if, and then also just reminding yourself that even if bad things happen, it's just a part of trial, tribulation. I mean, it's just something that you got to adjust, and you continually pray over with God. I feel like He has your back no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what.
But some people like think that all because the prayer wasn't answered, that like God's not trying to support them. He supports like in ways that we don't understand. You know what I mean? So like I would definitely agree with you on that.
No, that's definitely. I mean, going with what you just said, it's definitely the perspective that you have. I mean, especially when bad things happen to you, you're in such this like negative mood. You're in such this negative mindset that like you're like clumped by, or you feel like you're like collapsing from all this bad news and all this burden and stuff like that. That you lose your sight of God.
Yeah.
Now, the best part of it is if you're able to be reminded that God is always there for you. God is always behind you. He's protecting you. Even during your lowest of lows. I mean, that's very rare for people to see, like, out of people. If you're able to accomplish that, that's superhuman to me.
It really is, honestly.
But do you have like a quote or like a Bible verse that you go by?
Not really specifically. I would say ideally I like to look around. I've been talking about it this whole time, but it's just like anything with with protection from God, knowing that He's always there for you. I think that's the one thing I always lacked and I'm still struggling with it, is like knowing that God's always there.
Yeah.
That He is constantly protecting you, constantly there for you, providing for you. And I feel like I lose sense of that sometimes. But whenever I have my main Bible I like to read. Right now I'm in Proverbs. I'm doing a 30-day series.
I like that. Yeah, I'm doing something similar too.
I'm doing this 30-day series where this YouTuber, Bryce Crawford, he's doing
that guy.
Yeah, he's doing a Proverbs 30 thing where he does one chapter every day. I like to follow with him. He highlights different stuff and he is very specific about different verses and like he gets really into detail. That's what I love about like doing this podcast or like doing that podcast like along with him. But ideally, I just don't have a primary verse. That's the one thing that I feel like I've always struggled with is like remembering, and I can think of different ones that like always come to mind. Isaiah 41:10 always comes in mind, but I'm gonna be honest, like I can't remember exactly the first. That's just like the one thing that always hits my head.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, honestly.
I want to lock that down. I want to write it down on something. I want to bring it with me everywhere because I feel like anytime I think about God, Isaiah 41:10 always comes in my mind, but I just can't remember what it is.
I get what you mean. Yeah, honestly, I struggle with singing too, like remembering like verses. Cause like memory for me, like it gets like really bad with like stuff like that. Like honestly, like I don't even remember like some verses that I know I should remember. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
No, all right, here it is. So I was just able to search it up, and it does talk about having God with you. So Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my right righteous hand.
I like that. I like that.
Like that a lot.
I feel like I definitely need to write that down somewhere because that definitely is sticking to me.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Bro.
All right. With that, I think we should end it on that.
Yeah, no, I think that was a good ending right there.
That was great.
No,
Thank you,
I appreciate
Landon.
you guys, having me on the podcast, being the first, and I'm looking forward to the other athletes being on here. I'm really excited for this to see this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited that you came on today.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
The first one, yeah, that was.
No, it went really well. I had a really good time.
Yeah. I think next time, all we have to do is just like try to find the camera so they can see us.
Bro.
You get a camera, and I think it might be the best podcast.
It might be.
That's a hot take. But.
No, we're in competition with Lisa, from the front desk.
I know. Lisa's our big comp, but I think ideally Keesportss might take over. We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
We'll see. But thank you, Landon.
I appreciate
for joining
it.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
All right, so that's a wrap. I'll see ya next time.